It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we're back with more Andor. We have Season 1, Episode 2 called That Would Be Me. So,
You?
I don't know, that's what it's called. So yeah, he's identifying himself or something like that. I'm not really sure. I don't know what that title means. Last time on Andor, we were meeting a bunch of characters. We met our main guy, Cassian, and his little trash can droid, and the guy that he owed a deposit to, and you know, there was a bunch of people that were all talking to each other.
The junk dealer who seems to also be like a runner or like
she's like an underworld contact, you know, she can fence stuff for you. And then there was the other junkyard guy who was angry at Cassian for making illegal ship modifications and stuff. And
that's right.
Yeah, and then we have our rogue cop who was told to let the case go, but he's not letting the case go.
Of course he's not going to.
No, gotta get justice in space.
Space justice.
That's right. And yeah, I mean, these first couple episodes, or the first three, I think were all released together, so we're still kind of rolling with getting everything set up. Should we just get into the next one then?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We got a Patreon down there. You can check that out. We have full-length reactions. They're ahead of the YouTube versions and movie polls. So yeah, otherwise, let's watch some Andor.
This is a long, sweeping intro.
It is. I was gonna say it's an interesting choice for the intro sequence to have like that Star Wars logo each time, and then this logo, it's just like a double logo drop.
Right, yeah.
Instead of an intro sequence, you know? Oh, I like how it's like the shadow, like a planet, a crescent planet, and then turns into the rebel symbol. Here, I'm gonna try turning it on English subtitles just to see what it does. You know, like if all of a sudden we start seeing what they're saying.
Whoa. It's a quarry.
Yeah, it looks like a big quarry, and that's where the ship crashed, or... Did they know this was here?
It seems like they should have. How long have they been walking for?
Yeah, no one else is stopping, so it's not remarkable.
Yeah.
An abandoned quarry.
Yeah, looks messed up.
This guy a musician? Seems like it. For a purpose, you know?
Yep. A little ritualistic.
Or it could just be like a clock.
Yeah, he's taking it real seriously. It looks like he's got specific movements he needs to do and stuff.
That looks like X-Wing pilot gear.
Yeah, some of it does.
But this is like before that, so I wonder if the X-Wing pilot gear gets based off whoever these guys are.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Why don't we do something fun tomorrow night?
That was our plan. Just lock up the back, I'll take care of all this.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, yeah, look at that look, though. He's definitely... We're not supposed to trust him as the audience.
I think he doesn't trust her. It was a look of, what are you up to?
Yeah.
Why don't you want to eat food? Yeah, I don't think he's malicious. I think he's just trying to figure out what's going on.
Right, yeah, he feels like he's being lied to.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Hey. Hey, me. Everything okay? Oh, this. Oh, I need a wash.
Is that his mom?
I was helping. I'm gonna go get cleaned up.
Read it to him, Pete.
Read what?
Premor Authority is seeking a Canary male resident of Ferrix.
Oh, yeah. That's not good.
Citizens with any information should contact the Preox Morlana Security HQ without any delay.
Every doc I've ever submitted has always said you were born on Fest. Have you ever said anything other than Fest?
Officially,
No, because he was asking about his sister. That's how he gave it away.
Oh, yeah.
What have you done?
Killed 2 cops.
His mom is Aunt Petunia from Harry Potter.
What did you do? Two guys jumped me. It went too far.
How far is too far?
They were shaking me down.
I don't think that's very ambiguous, you know.
I'll tell you the piece. I just need enough to get out of here.
The buyer's coming. It's too late to call him off. He'll be here in the morning.
Good?
I mean, that's what he wanted,
Yeah.
but he's just really worried about the whole situation, I guess.
How do they not see him over there?
Yeah, well, does he just think there's like an affair happening, or?
Little does he know it's much worse than that.
Yeah. I don't know, if your partner's having meetings with another dude, would you prefer that she's cheating with him or helping him cover up crimes? Which one is actually worse?
I mean, depends how far in the middle of it you get before you find out what's actually going on.
I suppose.
You know?
They're both bad, though.
Yes, true that.
Cassian Andor.
Uh-oh.
This says he's from Fest.
This was a tip call, right? Probably someone messing with us.
Insurrection, destruction of Imperial property, assault on an Imperial soldier.
Check the database, see if it says anything about Canary. We have a suspect? Not sure yet. We're about to get an image.
They seem like they're good at their job. They got the right guy right away.
Yeah.
And the higher up had the correct assessment of what happened, just based on seeing the aftermath. Oh, now they're gonna ask her if it's this guy.
Is it too late?
Are you just gonna talk with her about it, or are you gonna be underhanded? Let's see how this guy acts.
If it's not a good time.
No, not at all.
For two people who have a thing going on, they sure
I'm
don't
surprised.
seem very friendly with each other.
Good.
Well, could be pretty recent. Oh,
Got
she's...
something to drink, or
No, I've had enough. You alright?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right,
I mean, late night showing up at the door, I guess that's...
Sergeant Linus Moss got your service, sir. Sorry to arrest you in the middle of the night. No, sir. Privilege, sir. Got the brief on the right end. Let's move on.
Who is that?
Yeah, who is that?
In a very serious crime. Couldn't agree more, sir. Tempo is crucial.
Oh, that actor's familiar and it's driving me nuts.
If I may, sir, hats off to you and Chief Inspector. 2 men dead, line of duty. Colleagues. It's outrageous. Exactly.
Okay, this guy's on board.
Half measures. The take it slow, the wait and see. It's a plague on discipline. Face your men yourself the rest of your life.
Yeah, this guy's...
Yeah.
Everything you possibly
Don't let these two guys end up in charge.
Yeah,
That's what I say.
right.
Corporate tactical forces are the Empire's first line of defense, and the best way to keep the blade sharp is to use it.
Yeah, this guy's an enthusiastic
Yeah, she
fascist.
sure is.
I'll pass along your kind words to the Chief Inspector. So,
He is the captain of the mining crew in Chernobyl.
Oh, okay, yep. Sure thing. So does he live in this ship? Or is this just where he, like, keeps stuff?
Yeah, I think
Stash
he
house.
keeps this ship ready to go in the event he needs to leave quickly. I think he lives with his mom.
Doesn't look operational.
Yeah, maybe not.
That's the thing he was talking about that he has to get rid of.
Yeah, that's an Imperial symbol, so it's stolen Imperial technology. And Bix is his friend's name, right? She was, like, upset that he said he had this for a while and hadn't told her about it before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Feel like this has happened before.
Like
they know-
ships have crashed and this is
Yeah.
a thing they do?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, they all cheered when it impacted, like, they seem familiar.
They had like a whole plan. They knew exactly what they needed to do.
They're all children.
Yeah.
Where are
they're
the
young,
adults?
Yeah.
I mean, like, not little children, but there's, like,
No.
adolescents are the oldest ones, you know?
Yeah, interesting.
Optimized landing.
Landing.
Here we go. Stellan Skarsgard.
2.3 clicks away.
There's nothing closer.
Nothing safe.
Oh, he's Dr. Selvig in the Avengers movies.
Okay.
You know, he's a guy.
Yeah.
You've seen him and stuff.
I recognize his voice.
Good Will Hunting. Dune.
He's got a regular sword.
Oh, he's on Chernobyl, too. He was Boris on Chernobyl.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
Yeah.
This guy's just living
Yeah.
his best life.
Yeah,
You know?
he's-
He's like,
he loves this.
I have my purpose. There's something very Buddhist about his practice there. you know?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Couldn't sleep.
So I was watching you sleep.
Tell me you're okay.
Well, what,
Just about
what
to put it
else
on.
should he do?
Yeah,
Leave?
that's a good point, yeah.
It's his house.
What's up this morning?
Just got a few errands to run. Won't be long.
Yeah, that's what you said yesterday. You didn't like it. What's this little dude's name?
Here we go.
Oh, I don't know. Have we heard it yet?
Probably.
Going is a bad idea.
You need to get back. She's gonna wonder where you are. Come on.
So is this primarily his mom's droid that he just, like, talks
Oh,
with?
maybe. So it's the family droid.
Yeah.
B? B?
Okay, so the robot is B.
Mm-hmm.
But does she not go in his workshop very much? Was that a toy bantha on the table?
Well, there's his weapon. From back home.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, so where does someone her age factor into those flashbacks that are all
Yeah.
kids?
What are these weapons? The way she's holding it makes it feel like it's not like a... It's not like a staff. It's not like a bludgeon. It's like a gun of some kind.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What is she supposed to do if one of them does wake when she
Right.
pokes it?
Yeah. Oh, they're shaped like blow dart.
Oh,
Guns.
that could be it. Oh. Oh, Jesus!
Oh shit! Seems like they're poison darts too. They were dipping them in stuff in the last episode.
Yeah.
There you go. Damn.
How many people did he shoot? That's terrible. Well, yeah, you should probably get away from here now. If that
Yeah.
guy was alive, stands to reason there will be more survivors.
Which seems insane that there would be any survivors.
It does,
From a
especially a
ship
guy who
full,
was thrown
yeah.
from the ship.
Yeah.
His hatred of all things big industrial ship oriented, you know, it's just about the essences of the two things.
Yeah, right.
Canary, mid-rim, abandoned after Imperial mining disaster. Mining, everyone died.
It's the abandoned quarry.
Toxic. Corporate enforcement are looking for someone. You know anybody from Canary? What can I do for you?
I went for a run.
What would we be picking up?
Give me the price for not knowing.
900.
A real number.
You want immediacy and discretion. That's an expensive combo.
Yeah, you'll give him no information.
Yeah.
Time, more careful.
You better be ready in an hour. Keep the engine running.
Will you let it go?
But these guys are looking, yeah, if they figure out that he's the guy they're looking for,
Yeah,
that's
right.
probably worth more.
My gentlemen,
ship in hyperspace. That's cool.
Andor should be considered armed and dangerous. We will have the element of surprise, but there should be no illusions as to the risks involved. And maybe some local residents.
I think maybe they're gonna get him.
You think so?
Seems pretty well equipped, and they knew who their man was right away.
We'll forum once a month where they are free to make official complaints.
And he's kind of got a lot of enemies too, it seems like. Or people who would at least gladly turn him over.
There's no room for doubt on the path to success.
Uh-oh.
Justice.
Putting him to sleep, guy.
This guy
Best of luck to us all.
is really frightening to me. He's gonna snap at some point, and like I don't know, he makes me very worried.
Right.
I don't like his energy one bit.
Well, he's got an inferiority complex, and that's extremely dangerous.
And he's a true believer.
Yeah.
Smiling.
And he's got the same kind of face as like some of the main guys on the Death Star in the first or the second
For sure,
first
you're right.
series, yeah.
His features do seem like those.
What's your line? Rather not say. No need to explain. Who knows who you're talking to these days?
Yeah, why are you starting a conversation?
We do add-ons and boosters.
Look at the expression on his face.
Yeah,
Does he
he's
seem
like,
interested in talking to you?
Don't want to talk to you, dude.
You know what they say? What's that? If you can't find it here, it's not worth finding.
Okay, so
All right.
they're at Space Vegas or something?
Yeah. Cool.
Oh yeah, that is cool looking.
Interesting musical choice.
Yeah. Never heard. Oh wow, that was a quick one.
Whoa. Yeah.
Flew by.
Flew by.
Yeah, it's like a 4 on the floor beat on the snare instead of the kick. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Well, Andor episode 2.
Feel like we're still not quite to the story.
Yeah,
yet,
we have to
again.
arrive at the inciting incident yet,
Right,
you know?
yeah.
We still are doing a little more world building. That was interesting stuff, though. I liked it. More of the flashbacks. We got confirmation that we're not supposed to understand what they're saying to each other, you know? It's just the events.
It's good to know.
You know? Yeah, that is. Yeah, that was interesting, and I'm curious to know how much of that flashback timeline we're going to get and how they're going to tie it to the main story.
Yeah.
Is that just going to sort of show us his mindset for sort of the general start of this, or are there going to be like real events there that kind of tie in directly to the events that we'll see in the present timeline or whatever?
Well, I think that ship that crashed will end up being important in some capacity. Like that's not the that ship crashing and them going there and the girl getting shot and stuff isn't going to be the last that we see of.
No, I wasn't thinking that that's
ship.
over, but I'm
No,
just
I
wondering
know.
if it'll be like through the whole season or maybe just like these first 3 episodes,
interesting,
like
yeah,
just
yeah.
a premiere thing, kind of. The thought that just occurred to me now is that stolen Imperial technology he has. Do you think he's had it since then? Do you think he got it from that ship?
Yeah.
She was like, you had this and you didn't tell me. Maybe he had kept it as like his just in case thing he was always going to have, and now that he killed these cops and he really needs to get out of Dodge immediately, he's like, okay, time to pull the ripcord on my
That's interesting.
expensive technology.
I was actually thinking the same thing earlier. I was like, okay, so they salvage things seemingly, like they know how to approach a situation like that, and they're going there for a reason. They're not just going to see it, you know. And so it kind of makes sense that would track, but also it feels like it's been how long?
Yeah.
And that technology is probably obsoleted.
Well, who knows? I mean, we talked before about how like there's kind of the junky quality to a lot of the Star Wars stuff, where like it seems like spacefaring and high-tech things are not at all cutting edge or not at all the state-of-the-art thing. They're commonplace and cheaply propagated, you know? So it could be, I don't know, I don't feel like it's necessarily the case that their technology will always advance a lot over decades.
That's a
They
good
might
point,
have just
yeah.
arrived at a paradigm that works and there's not a strong incentive to innovate, you know?
That's true. And that piece of machinery that he had, it was cool to see the contrast, because we only saw it for a minute, you know, when it was in his hand, but it was like it was like pristine.
Yeah, it looks nice.
manufactured,
That's true. Yeah, it
you
didn't
know?
look like they didn't take the time to make the prop look weathered and aged or whatever,
Right.
which they
But
would
I-
have if he had held it for so long.
I
Probably.
feel like that's kind of the contrast, though, between like what everyone else is working with and what the Empire sort of like has.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that he didn't just keep it in pristine condition that whole time. It seems like he probably doesn't touch it very often. It's just been in a bag, you know, for who knows how long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that could very well be. It'd be
And then maybe there's something significant about that particular ship that will then make the fact that he's got a piece of it more of a, you know, because we have no idea what Stellan Skarsgard's deal is. Like, they showed him to us, but we don't know how he connects to our story at all. We just know he's a grumpy
Yeah.
guy who showed up at a place.
That's right. And he had like a samurai sword almost. It was like an actual sword. It wasn't, you know. I was sort of thinking that he might be like a Jedi or something, but he didn't have a lightsaber.
No, and the
he's-
Jedi are, so this is like the Jedi are pretty much all gone. You know, we've got Obi-Wan and Yoda are in hiding.
Oh, that's
but pretty
true,
much the rest of
yeah.
them were almost all killed. So, if anything, he would need to be like a Sith if he's a Force-connected guy in some way, but I don't know. I don't know the full
Yeah.
state of how they've established the canon of exactly how many of those people are out and about and doing stuff, you know.
He's just kind of got that vibe, though, you know.
No, you're
Kinda
right,
like
yeah.
the silent, like, pensive type.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You know, and he kind of had... He didn't have, like a brown cloak, like was kind of what the Jedi seemed to wear, but he had, like, a kind of cloaky piece of clothing that he had, and he had a sword, and it wasn't a cool laser sword, but it was still, like, a bladed weapon.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe a Jedi in hiding, or some other sort of whatever connected thing. That's
maybe
not
he was
quite
like
a
an
Jedi.
aspiring Jedi that never actually got to that rank before it all fell apart. And you know, it's been a while now, so now he's older. But like that's who he was when he was young or something. Or, yeah. I can't get a read yet on if he's going to be a good or a bad guy. You know, like you can just tell that he's stern, but he could just as easily be against Cassian or helping him and working with him. And yeah, I feel like that Imperial crew that's closing in on him, I am getting the sense they're going to succeed. I think they might nab him. I think
they found their guy really quick.
Well, they just seem like they're really well equipped and like they know what they're doing. You know, they're not bumbling like a lot of cops you see in a lot of shows. You know,
So just based on the timeline, we haven't seen a stormtrooper yet.
No,
we haven't seen any Sith.
I don't think there's any need for them in this place. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I was kind of under the impression though that like that is how the Empire goes into places. You know, like in the original trilogy, every time, even if they were like just kind of looking for Luke and stuff, they were like stormtroopers. They weren't.
So consider this though. Maybe the stormtroopers are Imperial response to the rebellion. They've got these other kind of guys, these these uniforms or whatever, and then the rebellion forms and starts making incursions and actually gaining victories or whatever, and so then they get their new. And we also know that the stormtrooper uniforms are just like a variation on what the clone trooper uniforms from the Clone Wars looked like, you know. So it's not as though they would have totally fallen out of use or anything, I guess. But it seems maybe why we're not seeing them now is because they're a response to the rebellion that we're still seeing formed.
Yeah, maybe. That could be. I guess I kind of figured that there was like a through line straight from the Clone Wars to then they became like but they all are also kind of like the elite. They're almost like the SS. Right.
Well, yeah, they're a fighting force, you know, less than like cops and peacekeepers, which is kind of what these guys are. So maybe you don't need to deploy a fighting force in large quantities until there's an insurrection. There's a rebellion that is trying to fight you, you know?
It's a good point. I don't know. I'm interested to see if some of that stuff pops up.
Oh, I'm sure it will. They know how to cash in on their Star Wars iconography.
True.
You know, like I'm curious to see if there's going to be any specific characters or like people from the original trilogy that will pop up. That I don't know. It's still early yet, and there's a lot of episodes of this show. So yeah,
how long is the season?
12 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, plenty of time to go and plenty of stuff to see, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm definitely hooked. They've done a good job of intriguing me about what will happen and how. You know, I genuinely don't know what to predict, but I mean, I have my ideas and stuff, but I can't say for sure, and I like that.
What's the Junker woman fixer's name again?
Bix, I think.
Bix? Yeah. So her boyfriend, what do you think is going to be his role in all of this? Because it seems like, you know, we've been kind of going back and forth. It's like, okay, so is he like sneaky and conniving? Is he seems kind of like a do-gooder almost. Like
sort of.
He turned in the guy because he's like, I think this is the guy. And it wasn't necessarily, he wasn't being malicious necessarily. He's just toes the line a little bit.
Well, and I don't think there was necessarily malice to it, but I do think that it's personal for him and that he feels like he's being personally slighted by what Bix is doing with Andor and stuff. And so I think that's factoring into it, even if he doesn't consciously, you know that those are his reasons. I think that's part of it. Yeah, I could definitely see him being the key to why he gets captured instead of gets away. You know, like that guy could give him the key piece of information that prevents the getaway.
Which is kind of too bad, because I think he could be, or, you know, there might be like a redemption story there where like, okay, I didn't mean for all that.
Yeah, that could be it.
Like, and that he's going to be integral in trying to figure out how to free him, or, you know, take
or we could
part
just
in the
never
rebellion.
see him again after he ends up giving him up too. He could just be not important. We don't know at this juncture.
And he's just been in too many sort of secondary scenes for me to think that he's not like in some way an important character.
Yeah, you're right. They're spending time on him. Yeah, he'll be part of this story for most, if not all of the season. Probably. You're right. But I guess we'll just have to find out the next time we watch it.
Yep, sure will.
That about do it for this week?
I think so.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We're liking going through this Star Wars. Hope to see some new faces here joining us for Star Wars. We don't ever see your faces. This is not, we're talking to a camera.
But we see your comments.
That's right. Yes, please leave comments and like and subscribe. Hit there's a bell, right? Yeah. I don't know. Click buttons. YouTube loves when you click buttons.
We sure do.
Until next time, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
This is Ketchup Packets. See you later, everybody.